Alrighty. You guys asked for it, so here it is. This is the Woods loot guide for gold spawns. That is the main thing I'm going to be focusing on in this video. I'm not going to focus on any of the hidden caches. This is going to be the gold spawns only. This town here, I call this the abandoned village. The car extract is just down the road. I will include a map in the description so you guys can kind of get an idea of where I am on the map. This is going to be our first stop. As far as I know, this is the only gold spawn here in this village, is underneath this bed right here. It's the only place I've ever found anything. There's also tech spawn right here in this box, so you can find graphics cards and things like that. There are moonshine spawns here on this table and on this countertop as well. So if you're coming in here, this is the three main things you want to check. Underneath this bed, that box there, and then on those tables. I realize moonshine isn't a gold spawn, but hey, it's loot. Loot is loot. There is tons of great loot in these two houses too, but as far as I know, I have never found anything in terms of gold spawns in either of those houses, unless you consider like the duffel bags. But today for this video, we're just going to go over gold spawns and gold spawns only. So as far as I know, that is the only one there. We're just going to fast forward over to the sunken village, because the sunken village where the church is going to be your main cash cow for finding gold spawns like bitcoins, rollers. If you're stuck on your lions, it's a really, really great place to find them. Excuse my Timmy legs while we make our way over there. And I know, before anyone says anything, there is a cache over there, and there's also a hidden cache up there for the Jaeger caches. But for this video, we're not going to stop and be a loot goblin at them. We're just going to focus on the gold spawns. That is where, I mean, you can't, like, not to say you can't make money from stashes, but I feel like the main thing I get asked about is where all the loot spots are, just the open, loose stuff, because caches are pretty random in terms of what you can get. And these are all consistently gold and gold only if something is in those spots, which is a great thing about the dynamic loot. Anything in that loot pool is considered a gold item, so I will include a graphic of anything that can spawn in the gold spawn loot locations. All right, we're here. Okay, so this is usually if I'm coming in from this direction, this is always the first place that I'll check. So it's just in front of the sunken church here. When you come inside, there's two separate gold spawns on either side of the tent here. There's of course nothing here now, but you just want to like stick your face in the tent and see if you can see anything. There's also food spawns, a med spawn here, and then a duffel bag as well. And when you come around here, there is also a stash in this little house right here. It's always worthwhile to check it. It's just in that corner right over there. But this is one of the gold spawns in this doorway here. I found pro kills. So look, we got a horsey. And it looks like that's it for the gold spawns on this. But really, like, just stick your face in through the bush and chances are you'll find something. I found lots of bitcoins. I've even come in here before when this stash is looted, and I've still found bitcoins because people just don't look. So super worthwhile if you're passing by to check that out. This is another one here that I feel like a lot of people miss. They check the sunken church, but they don't actually check in this boat here. Anything can spawn. I think there might actually be three gold spawns here. One on this side, one in the middle, and then one on the other side. And again, a lot of people miss that. All right, when you come into the church, we got gold spawns literally everywhere. Bitcoins can spawn like right here, and it's really easy to miss them. So just make sure you look for your little picky uppy white dot thing, and chances are people will miss stuff. The pro kills are really, really hard to see in there. All right, this is our next house for gold spawns. Alrighty. So I have personally found a Bitcoin here, but we got a Christmas ball. There is a food spawn here, and then food spawns on top of all of these beds here. And sometimes you find like tech loot or ammo on this little bed. Oh, hey, there's an invisible picky uppy. What you got? What you got? You're really gonna do this to me? Give it to me. This entire YouTube video is gonna be me sitting here with my face in a nice little crusty bed trying to find something. Oh my god. Okay. I give up. I feel like I just got Tarkov there. Who knows? All right. So the next place you want to go to is the mark circle right here. There is, I honestly don't even know how many gold spawns there are around this, or if it's just kind of like a random RNG, but I feel like a lot of times the stuff actually spawns outside the mark circle. I found Bitcoins, like tons of lions, all kinds of stuff, GP coins, and sometimes they're really hard to see. But just stick around, just stick your face in there, look for your picky uppy pointy dotty thingy, and chances are there's some good stuff in there. All right, now this house here, there's a gold spawn in each one of the bushes. So one in the center of these two, one right over here, and one right over here. And of course, now that I'm making a YouTube video, nothing is spawning, but that does not mean that it doesn't spawn there. All right, the next stop is the boat here. And again, I think it can spawn anywhere along the inner length of the boat, and there's just nothing in there right now, but that is also a gold spawn. This is a boost spawn here, so I found lots of moonshine here on this little table. All right, and then this will be the last. Actually, no, I guess we gotta check the one across the street here, but there's a gold spawn right here. So I got a gold skull ring out of that corner there. You can find things like defuel, ammo. I find a lot of like BS, a Golnick, and BT ammo, which are all really, really great. Another gold spawn in here, and then again in this box. This one can be a little bit of a pain in the butt, but you just gotta stick your face in the broken box, and usually I'll find something in there. A lot of people miss that one as well. And this one seems like it doesn't spawn anything nearly as much as some of the other spawns do. But if you're over here and you have the time to check it, I would still recommend doing that. Oh, see, we got an ornament. And then this side, I think, is tech only. So I find like things like pliers and stuff like that. There's also a toolbox. And it seems like Wood's toolboxes have a really high spawn rate for those new metal spare parts. So if you're looking to craft like the scab junk box, things like that in your hideout, they do spawn a lot. There's also one more toolbox right here. I feel like a lot of people miss these. Alrighty, on to the next one. I'm not going to check it, but there is a dead scav to check. If you've ever taken the scav bridge extract as a player scav, there is a dead body to the left of the extract. And that can spawn anything, really. I know people have found slicks in there, all kinds of stuff. All right, and doo-doo-doo. So this next little village here, there is something here. So you can find like metal fuels. You can find fuel conditioner. Thank you. That's the word. Brain fart. You can find like any of like the nice metal fuels. Oh, we got a putty tat under here. And then there's like loose ammo and stuff like that. Meds. There's a med spawn and an ammo or tech spawn here. So I find like lots of defuel, things like that. And then a grenade case here. I don't know why I'm looting a grenade case. And then early wipe, if you're looking for armors and stuff like that, there are P.A.K.A. spawns all over. So starting where I am right now into the next village, there are a ton of P.A.K.A. spawns. So one will spawn here. Pretty much any of the broken boxes. There's a weapon crate here that a lot of people seem to miss. And then moonshine can spawn on these wooden pallets here, on this table here, right here on this table. Moonshine can spawn here, and then again, see that we got a whiskey, and then there's also a gold spawn on this burlap sack and a duffel bag, which again can spawn just about anything in the game. It's always worthwhile to check duffel bags. And then in these boxes here, there's lots of ammo spawns, and then in the back and the side of this truck are more P.A.K.A. spawns. I also missed the P.A.K.A. spawn that's up there. So if you're looking for armors early wipe, those are all really great spots to check. And then on to the next one. So here we have, there's a couple like random spawns. I know I said it focused mostly on the gold spawns, but I feel like it's worthwhile to touch base. I can see it right here. There's that fuel conditioner sitting there. So that can spawn metal fuels, like really any tech loot. And then there's a backpack spawn here. And then another one right over here. So they would just spawn leaned up against this here. And a lot of times like there'll be random stuff in there. You can even find like colored key cards and things like that in a loose spawn backpack in the world. So it's always worthwhile to check. It's kind of like Giving Tree. All right, and then on this little platform here, there is a boost spawn. So I just found the vodka, so that means that moonshine is also in that loot pool. And then there's a weapon crate here at these sandbags. There's a grenade case here, and then there's armor spawns all over the place. There's like one on each side of this, and I think there's another one on the bed there. So it's usually just a P.A.K.A., but still, if you need an early wipe, it's a good place to check. Another weapon crate. And then I think I missed it here, but there's also another one of these like fuel conditioner, metal fuel, or gas, whatever, a gas can spawn basically. That can spawn there. And here we have another duffel bag, and there are 3 gold spawns down in the basement, plus a bunch of tech loot. So you just look in this here, and then look inside of these here. A lot of people will miss like the big FP100 filters. They do spawn there. And I feel like they just kind of blend in, so people miss them. So it's always worthwhile to check. Okay, so there's a gold spawn here on this bed. There's a gold spawn here on this little nightside table, and then one right here. Actually, there's 4 spawns down here. Brain fart. And then another one underneath this bed. And then this is also a food and like booze spawn. So moonshines can spawn here, but there's like sugar, a jacket here to loot. And then there's another duffel bag on this couch right here. And then again, this can be a boost spawn too, so moonshine can spawn here. Alrighty. I'm not gonna loot the convoy down below me here. I'm just gonna run past it, but I will note that there are loose med spawns on each one of these little corpse piles. So if you just like stick your face over there, early wipe if you're looking for Salewas and things like that. I have found golden stars, ophthalmoscopes. I can see an IFAK right there. There's all kinds of stuff. And then there's also a tech crate. I literally just said I wasn't gonna come over here. I'm not, this is an offline raid and I'm still looting. This is how much of a goblin I am, guys. All right. There is a weapon crate in the back of this truck that I feel like a lot of people miss. And then the bodies over here, the tech crate here, and then loose ammo, not loose ammo, but packs of ammo can spawn here. Okie dokie. And for this, the actual USEC camp up here, there really isn't a whole lot for gold spawns, but there is some other like notable mentions that I will make. But this is like my general route. If I'm coming to woods, these are like the main villages that I'll hit, although there are some really, really great spawn locations throughout the rest of the map. If I have time in this raid, I'll try to make it over there. But this is the really important one here in this little area. I have found, I don't even know how many ophthalmoscopes where this bandage spawns right here. And then all kinds of loose stuff. So if you need like golden stars, if you need syringes, Salewas, you name it, there's tons of med spawns on this table and a lot of people overlook it. It does force you to crouch if you pick up something and then you can't like uncrouch. And then there's a bunch of like, if you just go check all of the tables really in these camps, like you'll find weapon parts. And then these here on these pallets is another fuel conditioner, fuel spawn, that kind of thing. Anywhere you see a wooden pallet, I'm pretty sure they can spawn. Another tech crate here, and then ammo, food, all kinds of stuff. This one's a food crate right here. There is a backpack spawn right here as well. So it's usually an MBSS. And then again, like Giving Tree, if you find a rig or a backpack, you always want to look inside it because anything can spawn in it. More weapon parts on this table, and then some other little things. There's a MP5 spawn here. There's an armor spawn right here. Another MP5 spawn here. And then I've seen MP5s literally just laying on this table here as well. There is a body that you can check just over here. You just have to be super careful when you're going to check it to not go any farther than this. There are landmines literally right, like if I go any farther, I'll hit a landmine. So just want to make sure you go in there and you come right back out. But that's like graphics cards, slicks, all kinds of good stuff can spawn on dead bodies like that. Oh, I missed it. I forgot to mention, we're gonna go back because I'm stupid. There is an M4 spawn right here where this MRE is. It's a pretty basic M4. It's not completely stock. It's got the KAC handguard on it. But still, if you like M4s or you like money, it's a good place to look. All right, we go back. Okay, coming over to this side, loose stuff can spawn here. So I find like meds, ammo, things like D-fuel. Oh, look, an MP5. Right over here in this corner is a gold spawn, and this is almost never looted over there. All right, so you have a armor spawn right here, and then another M4, the same kind with the KAC handguard can spawn right here. And then loose stuff like ammo, D-fuel. I keep saying D-fuel because that's like the main thing I find. There is a moonshine spawn here, although I feel like this one's pretty rare. This is a med crate, and then loose stuff. You can find fabrics and things like that if you're on your textile task. There is another backpack spawn right here. So again, anything in the game can spawn in it. And then sometimes you really have to look for stuff here. It can fall between the little cracks, but there is a gold spawn there. So it's always worthwhile to check that. All right, when we come over here, inside the truck door, there is a M4. It is more like a Raider M4. It's not super decked out. It usually has like the MRS scope on it or the sight. And then a lot of people miss this weapon crate in the back of the truck here. Oh, look, a moonshine. So on this table, obviously, there's food spawns. This is another tech crate here. And then you wanted to shove your face on all these little boxes because loose stuff can spawn there as well. More weapon parts here. Ammo, or not ammo, weapon crate. And then over here, there's more gold spawns. So I can see another cat here. And then there's another gold spawn right here. But this one, you kind of have to go prone, and you can use your free look. So for those that don't know, it's your middle mouse button, and you can use that to position yourself to pick something up without having to like slide around. All right, weapon crate. And then this is where we'll leave off here. This is the last notable thing to check if you're on this route, is to come up top. The amount of people who don't know about up here is kind of crazy. So lots of loose weapon parts, but it does have a chance for the SOP mod Raider M4. So it's a pretty decked out one. It's got like the hollow sun sight on it. It's a pretty spiffy M4 that can spawn up there. So it's always worthwhile to go up top because a lot of people miss that. Some other quick things that I will go over. There are 3 violet keycard spawns on woods. And if you're on your scav, always worthwhile to go into the middle of lumber because it's usually later in the raid and most people have kind of left that area. It's always worthwhile because that's like a nice big ticket item. You find one of those, you're literally Tarkov Oprah rich. So I will go over those super quickly. And then there's one other gold spawn. I think we got time. I think we can make her over there. Oh yeah. It's in the crash plane, if you know where that is. Again, I'm gonna draw some like little red circles on a woods map so you guys can kind of get an idea of where I'm calling these things. I need to make up names for all the different little camps. I call the one with the big radio tower the power tower camp, and then sunken village, the abandoned village, and then I think the over near the UN, whatever the heck it's called, the UN Northern something rather. It's one of the new extracts over on that side of the map. There is I'm having a brain fart right now. I've literally forgot what I was talking about. Anyways, violet keycard. You can spawn on the truck seat right here. This is my brain all the time. All right. Mark circle over here. This one I have never really found any kind of gold spawns, but it's just over here, like between all those rocks and stuff. There is a jacket you can search. Not really super worthwhile. And this, honestly, if you're really stuck on flash drives, this is a great spot to look because a lot of people don't know about this flash drive spawn. So I'm just going to show it to you guys super quickly. If you're still stuck on the Skier and the Jaeger task. So there's a bunch of food spawns and stuff here, but this is the main thing you want to check for is on this little jacket. Of course, there isn't one right here right now, but there is a flash drive spawn on that jacket. And I found, I think, 2 of mine for this wipe there. So, okie dokie. There are 2 more violet spawns here, and then I'm going to show you the gold spawns that are in the crashed plane. I think that's probably like the most notable stuff. I'm sure most of you guys have looted the med camp and some of the other villages and things like that, like the abandoned village. I really didn't go in there, but there is lots of good loot. So if you spawn there, it's always worthwhile to check that. There's some weapon crates in here. I know this one's a little bit more risky, but so med spawn on these shelves. You can find tech loot as well, Salewas, all kinds of stuff. And then there's the 2 weapon crates there. Violet keycard spawn right here. And this is something, these are things that I normally check on my scav. I usually tend to stick over to the new area on my PMC because I can almost go an entire raid without running into a single person if you're really just trying to make money. But on my scav, I'll come into lumber and I'll check this stuff. So it's always worthwhile to come in here and check. There is moonshine spawns and whiskey spawns, things like that. A whole bunch of jackets. There's a safe in this one here. And I believe it's in this cabin. It is East 308 for the resort that can spawn there. Which you need for Lend-Lease and Cargo X Part 1. So super valuable key, even if you already have it, just to farm it. I think it sells for a decent amount. Another jacket, more food, moonshine, and then again, another alcohol spawn here. So this whiskey could be a moonshine, which is stonkies, and then more jackets. And then the last violet keycard spawn is over in this little hut over here. And then we'll just go show you on the crash plane. There are a whole bunch of stashes, mind you guys, that I didn't even touch at all. I just tried to focus on like the spawn locations that are loose in the world and mostly the gold stuff, but there is tons of other stuff that can spawn. All right, so violet keycard spawn is on this desk here, but it's still a great little place to come loot. There's a food spawn in the microwave, 3 jackets, a duffel bag, filing cabinet, so you can get some good stuff in here for sure. And then the last thing that I will show you guys is going to be the crash plane, because there is 1 more gold spawn. And like taking these kinds of routes, obviously if I spawned over where I did, I wouldn't loop all the way around and come back this way, you know. I would probably have gotten out at DB14 if it was open, or just gone straight to outskirts. But if you're spawning on this side of the map, then this at least gives you a solid gold spawn to check. And then there's a ton of stashes. There are times if I spawn at the UN roadblock, I will make it to where the car is. I will loot the stashes here and then just get out at the car, because it's not even worthwhile for me to go all the way through the sunken village. So like, there's a lot of loot that people miss on this side of the map. I know there's no real landmarks or things like that other than like the crash plane, but there is so much stuff over here in terms of stashes. And then we got the crash plane itself. So if you just run through the ditch here, you'll be able to find food, all kinds of stuff. There are moonshine spawns, but the main majority of stuff usually spawns down here. So there's a food spawn. And then on this side right here, this is where the gold spawn is. And then there's another gold spawn in the center of the ditch. And again, there's nothing here now, but there are stashes all over the place. There's one there. There's a weapon crate up there. The ditch has some. But we can go over stashes in another video. But those are the main loot spawns that I am gonna focus on. And if I spawn on this side of the map, I always make sure to check this because people miss stuff in the plane crash all the time. So I hope you guys found this helpful. I maybe rambly, and I had some brain farts, but I think hopefully this will help make you guys a little bit of money and get your stonks on. All right, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, like it, all that stuff. I'm terrible at this, so thanks for watching, guys.